In this video, we will learn about Python modules with examples. What are modules and how we can load a module in a program. Let's see. So basically, modules in Python are used to organize code. Okay. So when we group related codes into a module, it makes the code easier to understand. So you can consider module as a file which is consisting of a Python code. This module can also define functions, your classes and variables. So now we'll see how we can load modules in a Python program. To load modules, we can straight away use the import statement, or we can use the from import statement, means from import statement. So we will understand them one by one. At first comes how to import a module. So let's say there are different modules in Python. For mathematical operations, we have the math module. For statistical operations like mean, median, mode, we have the statistics module. With that, we also have the random module, a CMath module. So if you want to directly import a complete module, you just need to write the name of the module after the import statement. As in, you can see I have imported the math module using the import math syntax. Okay, after importing this, I can use any of the functions related to math. Okay, another, you can see we have the from import statement. If you want to only import specific attributes of a module, you can use this from import statement. Okay, so let's say we have OS module. Okay, within that we only want to work around the path attribute, so we can directly use the from import statement and import the path. That means from module name here is from module name, that is OS is the module name, and import path means importing only the specific attribute, that is path here. Okay, in this way you can work around import and from import statements. So guys, in this video we saw how we can work around modules and what are modules in Python, how we can easily load it in a Python code. We can load it using the import statement as well as the from module import statement. In this video we will learn about the math module in Python. What is the math module and how we can use it. We will also learn with some examples. With that, we will also work around the function under the math module. Let's begin. So the math module in Python is basically used to perform mathematical functions that includes trigonometry, logarithmic. Okay, now let us see how we can import the math module. To import the math module, you need to write import math in the beginning of your program. That's it. After that, you can use all the methods of the math module. Now guys, let us see some examples of the function under math module. You can see I told you it includes the trigonometry as well as the logarithmic function, as well as it also defines mathematical constants. Let's begin with the examples. This is the PyCharm ID. Let us create a new project, file, new project. Click on create. Now we have created our project. Let us go for the first program. Press enter. Here it is. sqrt function. The sqrt function is basically used to return the square root of any number. Let us see how we can find it. So it's a part of math module. Let us first import math module. We can add an alias also using the as m. So now if you want to use the math, you can straight away write m directly. So I'll just directly print the square root of, let's say 64, and right click and run. Here you can see 8. In the same way, we can add a square root of other values. Let's say I'll run it, and here we are with the square root of the number added under the sqrt method. In this way you can work around the sqrt function. Now let us go for the ceil function. So here it is, a ceil function in Python. Okay, it is basically used to round a number up to the next largest integer. Okay, let's see an example. So we will first import our math function, import math, and we will use an alias to add m here so that you don't need to use the word math again and again. You can directly use m. So I just want to find the seal. Okay, so for that I'll directly use m.seal, and within that I'll add a value. Let's say I added 5.35. Now I'll run it. Minus 5.35. So it printed minus 5. Let me do for plus 5.35. Let's see what is visible. 6 is visible. That means rounding a number up to the next largest integer. Okay, so let us add more examples. Let's say I'll add 96.95, and let's see what will be visible. Right click, run. 97. Okay, so it is returning the next largest integer. So in this way you can work around the seal function in Python. Let's move further. We'll go to floor function. Here it is, floor function. At first I'll import and add an alias using as. Now what does floor function do? So it will return the value of a number rounded to the nearest integer. So it will return the integer less than or equal to the given number. Okay, now we will see an example. Okay, so I'll directly print and use the m dot floor. Within that I'll add a value. Let's say I added the value minus 25.98, and I'll right click and run it. Here it is, 26 is visible. In the same way, let me add for 25.98. Let's see what is visible. 25 is visible. Another example, let's say I went for 70.15. Now let's see what is visible. Right click, run. 70. So it returned the largest integer less than or equal to the given number. Okay, that means 70.15. the output is 70. In this way the floor function works. Let us move to the next function, that is POW function in Python. So it is basically used to return the value of x to the power of y. Okay, so let's see an example. At first import math and add an alias. I added m for math. Okay, after that I'll be using the m.pow, that is math module.pow function, to find 2 raised to the power 7. Right click and run. Here you can see 2 raised to the power is 128. Let's say I'll find 4 raised to the power 3. It's 64. In this way you can work around the POW function to return the value of x raised to the power y. Okay. Now I'll move towards FABS function. It is basically used to return the absolute value of a number. Okay, so import the math module again and add an alias. After that, guys, what I'll do, I'll directly return the absolute value. Okay, so why we have FABS here? Because it will return the absolute value of a number as a float. Okay, so herein I'll add, let's say, minus 45.89. Right click, run. It returned the absolute value. Now let us add minus 98. It will print 98, and the resultant value is a float. So we used FABS, that is getting the absolute value of a number as a float using the FABS function. Now let us work around another example. So herein what we'll do, we will be working around factorial function in Python. It is basically used to return the factorial of a number. So I'll just import the math library with an alias m. I'll print the factorial, m.factorial, and let's say I want factorial for 7. right click and run. Here it is 5040. Now let's say I'll run factorial for 0 is 1, the factorial of 1 is 1, and factorial of 3 is 6. So right click and run easily. You can see factorial of 7 is 5040, 0 is 1, factorial of 1 is 1, and factorial of 3 is 6. In this way you can get the factorial of any number. Now let us work around some trigonometric examples. So herein we have the first one we have here is sine. It is used to return the sine of a number. So for that I'll import the math module and an alias. Now I'll print the sine. How? Using module.math.sine. So let's say I want in the bracket add the value for which you want the sine. Right click and run, and here it is. Okay, so let's say you want the sine of degrees. For that you need to first convert it into radians using the radians method. So let's see that example also. So I just copied this. Now I told you we'll be using m dot, because I use an alias, m dot radians, and within that I'll add values. So this will give you sine 30 degree. Right click run, because we converted it. At first we converted it. Okay, so this is sine 30, which is 0.499. That is sine value of 30 degrees. In this way you can work around the sine function. Now let us work around the cos function in Python, which is used to return the cos of a number. At first import the math module, and we have also set an alias m. Use the module dot cos to get the value. Let's say cos 10. Here is the value. You can also find the cos of degrees by just converting to math.radians. Let's see. Within that you can add the degrees. Okay, this is how you can find cos 30 degree, because we use the radians method. We have converted. Okay, right click and run. This will display the cos value of 30 degrees. Okay, here it is. In this way you can work around the cos function in Python. Now work around the tan. Now we can work around the tan function. At first import math module and set an alias. The tan method is used to return the tangent of a number. Okay, so I'll just print use the math module and the tan method, and I'll just print a value. Let's say tan 45. Okay, so here we have found for tan 45. Okay, the following is here it is. If you want to find for 45 degrees, let's say, so what I'll do, I'll show another way. For that I'll be using math.radians and I'll add 45 in it. Right click run. Here you can see the value for tan 45 degree is the following. Okay, that is 1. In this way you can work around the tan function. Now I also told you we can also work with logarithmic functions with the math module. So here it is, log function in Python. I'll first import and add an alias. The log function is used to return the natural log of a number. Okay, so I'll just directly print let's say m dot log value of, let's say, log 2. Right click and run. Okay, let us print log 1 value also. Right click and run. This way you can get the natural logarithmic of a number using the log function in Python. So guys, in this video we saw how we can work around the math module, what is its usage, how we can easily work around its functions, how we can easily import it. Thank you for watching the video. In this video we will learn about a built-in module, statistics module by Python. This module is basically used to calculate mathematical statistics of numeric data. Let's see. It is used to perform statistical tasks such as finding mean, median, mode, standard deviation. So the statistics module provide us with these statistical functions. Now we will see how we can import the statistics module in Python. To import, you just need to write the import statement, then statistics in the beginning of your program. This will allow you to import the module so that you can work around its functions. So let's see the functions. These are the primary main functions of statistics module. Let us see the examples. So here is a PyCharm ID. Let us create a new project, file, new project. Click on create. So we have created our PyCharm project. Let us create a new file, right click, new file, demo, press enter. Now we have our demo.py file. Let us work around our first example, that is mean. Okay, the mean method is used to calculate the mean of the given data. I'll first import the statistics module. Now I'll be finding the mean. Statistics dot mean. Okay, this is our data. We are entering the data to find mean. So st I should write. This is fine. This is fine. Now right click and run. This will find the mean of all these 6 values. Okay, let us see another example. Okay, let me add a mixed value, okay, of int, float and negative values. Run, and here you can see we have found the mean. In this way you can use the statistics.mean function to find the mean of the given data. Let's move further, and now we will find the median. Now we'll find the median. Okay, the median function is used to calculate the median of the given data. So I'm importing the module as st. St is our alias now, so we need to use only st now, not statistics, not the complete word. So let me find the median using using statistics.median, and within that I'll add the data. Okay, okay, right click, run, and here is the median of our data. Let me see another example. Right click and run, and herein you can see we have the median value. In this way you can work around the median function to find the median. Let's see another example. The mode function is used to calculate the mode of the given data. So I'll just import the statistics module and add an alias. Okay, now we will add the values so that we can find the mode of those values. Right click and run. So here we are with our mode. Okay, let us see another example. Right click, run. So we have our mode here. Now let us see our last example. To find the standard deviation. Okay, using the stdef function. This function is used to calculate the standard deviation from a sample of data. Import the statistics module. add the alias st. Now use the st to work around the standard deviation function. Add the values, the given sample data. Here it is. Now I'll right click and find the standard deviation. Here it is. Now let us see another example, the mix of values. Right click and run. Here it is. We have found the standard deviation of the following. So guys, in this way you can work around the standard deviation stdef function. So guys, in this video we saw how we can work with the statistics module, how we can import it and work around its functions to find the mean, median, mode and standard deviation. Thank you for watching the video. In this video we will learn how to work with the random module in Python, how we can import it in a Python program, and how we can work around its functions. Let's begin. So if you want to generate or form random numbers, you can use the built-in module random, okay, which is provided by Python. Through this you can also generate random numbers between a range. So to import random module in Python, you can write import space random in the beginning of your Python program. Therefore, after importing random like this, after importing random, you will be able to access all the functions provided by the random module. Here you can see some primary functions of random module: random, randint, choice and randrange. Let's see how we can work with them. Here is our PyCharm ID. Create a new project, file, new project, name the project, click on create. We have created our project. Let us create our first program. Demo, press enter. First we will see how to work with the random function in Python. The random function is used to return a random float number between 0 and 1. Okay, it's very easy. At first import random module. Let me create an alias for it. Let's say rd. So now I need to just use rd instead of the complete text random. So I'll just print the random number between 0 and 1, 0.0 and 1.0, rd dot random. That's it, and run it. And here you can see we generated a random number. When you will run it again, it will generate another number random. Here it is. So in this way you can work around the random function to return a random floating number between 0 and 1. Okay, now let us see a second program. Our second program will be randint function. The randint function is used to return a random number between the given range. Let's say we need to generate a random number between 5 and 10. We can do it using the randint function. Okay, let's see. First we will import random as. We have used as to create an alias rd. Now we need to use only rd text instead of random. So I'll just print using the, so I'll just display random numbers in a range using the randint function, rd dot randint, and within that add both the values. Let's say I told you 5 and 10. Right click and run. It generated 6. Remember that both these values are inclusive, so the output can be 5 or 10. Let me add more. Let's say I'll just add 7 and 20. Let's see what will be the random number. You can see it's 20 now, and for first it's 10. So I told you both are inclusive, so it can be 5 or 10, 7 or 20 also. We ran again, and here are the random numbers. The choice method in Python random module is used to return a random element from the given sequence. Okay, so here in the sequence can be a string, a tuple, a list, a range. Okay, I'll be using a list. Let me import random dot as let's say I created RDS alias. Now I've created a list. This is the string list. Let me add values. So I added 5 string elements. I'll print the list first. Now what I need to do, I need to work around the choice method to return a randomly selected element from the specified sequence. Here is our sequence. So a random value will get generated. Let's say how. I'll just use rd, that means random dot choice method, and within that I'll add the sequence. You can see the syntax also. Okay, so I'll add the sequence, which is list in this case. Right click and run. Now you can see it generated Amit randomly. When I'll right click again, it will generate Mark. So in this way we generated random element from a given sequence. In this case it was a list. You can work around this method on string and even tuples. Let's see a last example. Rand range method. Let me import random module as rd, which is our alias. The rand range method is used to return a random number between the given range. So herein I'll use the rd dot rand range, and within that I'll be adding the elements between which we want a random number to be generated. With that you can also add a step here. Step is a parameter, is an integer specifying the incrementation. Okay, let me run it like this only. So between 5 and 10 a random number will get generated. This is inclusive, so the output can be 5 or 10 for random numbers. Let me add a step for it. Okay, so default is 1, I'll add 2. Okay, so right click and run. Now the output is 9. Again run again, it's 5. So this is the step, that is an integer specifying the incrementation. Between 5 and 10 we have added increment 2, that means the output can be 5, 7 and 9. 5, 7 or 9, nothing else, because we added a step. Here you can see 7 again. So through this you can work with the rand range method and add a step also. In this video we saw how we can work with the random module in Python, how we can import it, and we also saw how to work with some of its primary methods. Thank you for watching the video.